Hello everyone, today our topic is how to create Airtable record for MySQL row. So here my objective is that whenever a new row will be added in my MySQL database, then automatically I'm going to capture the details of that row and I'm going to add those details of that row automatically in my Airtable. For that I have to build a simple connection between MySQL and Airtable. For building this connection, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing software for automation and integration. In Pabbly Connect, I have to use trigger and action. In trigger application, I'm going to use MySQL. In action application, I'm going to use Airtable. So how I'm going to build this connection? For that, let me take you to my computer screen. I hope all you can see my computer screen, and today we are going to see that how you can create Airtable record for MySQL rows. So in MySQL, I have created this database of all my contacts, and in this I'm adding the details of my contact. So whenever a new contact will be added, a new row will be added automatically in my MySQL database. So here my objective is that whenever a new row will be added in MySQL database, then automatically I'm going to capture these details and I'm going to use these details to add them in my Airtable. So for this, I have to build a simple connection between MySQL and Airtable. And for building this connection, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, which requires zero coding and programming skills. And for using Pabbly Connect, I have to open a new tab and search for pabbly.com. And this will take us to this landing page of Pabbly. Here we have two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you don't have any account with Pabbly, you can just sign up for free and it will take only 2 minutes of your time and you will get 100 of tasks free every month. Or if you already have an account, you can just sign in and you will get to see this page. So these are all the apps that Pabbly offers and we are going to use Pabbly Connect here. For that, I have to click here on this Access Now button under Pabbly Connect and this will direct us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here, this is the workflow section and we can see all the workflows that we will create here. And this is the folder section. We can create new folder here and we can save any workflow in any particular folder that we want. Now here, we want to create a new workflow. For that, I have to click here on this Create Workflow button and this window will pop up. Here I have to name my workflow. So I'm going to name it as my objective, which is to create Airtable record for MySQL row. And I'm going to select the folder where I want to save my workflow. So I'm going to open this tab and I want this to save in MySQL folder. So I'm going to select that and I will click on create. And this will take us to this most important window of our workflow. Here we have two boxes, trigger and action. So these are the two main principles on which our workflow works on. And trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So trigger is going to be the first step that will get executed in our workflow and action will just follow that. So we have to set up our trigger first. So here my trigger application will be MySQL. So I'm going to search for that. So I'm going to select MySQL here. And now I have to give a trigger event. So I'm going to open this tab and new row in a table will be my trigger event. So I'm going to select this. And now I have to connect MySQL with Pabbly Connect. For that, I have to click here on this connect button. And now I will click on add new connection. And for connecting MySQL, I have to give all these details like database username, database password, host, database, and port. So for connecting MySQL with Pabbly Connect, you have to fill all your account details here. So I'm going to fill all my details here. So I have filled all my details here. Now I'm going to click on save. And I have successfully connected MySQL with Pabbly Connect. Now I have these two tabs, table name and unique column. So for this, I have to go back to MySQL database. And in MySQL, I'm using this table of new contacts. And in my table, I have this unique column, which is of ID. So I'm going to map these details in Pabbly Connect. So let's go back to Pabbly Connect. And for selecting the table, you have to open this tab. And in this tab, you will find all the tables that are connected with your MySQL database. So I'm going to select this table of new contacts. And for the unique column, you have to do the same steps. You have to open this tab and you will find all the columns. And in this, you have to select your unique column that you want to use. So my unique column will be of ID. So I'm going to map that. And now whenever a new row will be added in my MySQL database, then automatically I'm going to capture the details of that row. So for that, I have to add a new row in my MySQL database. So for that, let me take you back. And here in MySQL, we can see that I have added this new row automatically. So my ID is 2, first name is new, last name is user, mobile number is this, and I have this email address which is newuser@pabblytudes.com. So I have added these details in my new row in MySQL database for my contact. Now I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect and I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request button. And here we can see I have received this new response. So my unique column value is 2, mobile number is this, and my first name of contact is new, last name is user, and my ID is 2, and my email address is newuser@pabblytudes.com. So these are the same details that I have added in my MySQL database row. So I have retrieved all the details here, and here I have received this response. But if you don't get the response instantly, then don't worry, this is a polling based response, and in every 1 hour you will get the new responses from MySQL. And if you are not getting this response instantly, then you have to wait for 1 hour, and MySQL will send you the new data within the 1 hour. And if you want to reduce this polling time, for that you have to contact Pabbly support team. Now I have received this response. Now what I need to do is I need to add these details in my Airtable record. So for creating a record in Airtable, I have to set up my actions tab. So I'm going to open this tab, and my action application will be Airtable. So I'm going to select Airtable here. And now I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab, and create record will be my action event. So I'm going to select this. And now I have to connect Airtable with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. I will click on add new connection, and I will connect with Airtable. So here I have already logged into my Airtable account in my browser. So it has detected that. So what I need to do is I need to first add my base. So I'm going to click here on this add a base button. And I'm going to search for my base, which is of MySQL data. So I'm going to select this. And now I'm going to click on grant access. And here I have successfully connected Airtable with Pabbly Connect. Now here I have already selected my base, so it is already selected here. Now first I have to give my table name. So for showing my table name, I will take you to my Airtable account. And this is my base, which is MySQL data. And in this I am using this table of contact details. In my table I have all these columns: unique ID, first name, last name, mobile number, and email. So I have to map all these details in Pabbly Connect. So let me take you back to Pabbly Connect. So my table is already selected here. Now I have to fill all these tabs here. So I have received all these details from my trigger response of MySQL. So I have to use all those details. So I'm going to map those details here, and I'm going to use mapping. So what mapping is? Mapping is a technique through which I can retrieve the data from the previous tabs, and the data that is changing will get replaced with the new data in the real time. So for mapping, I have to click here. I will open the response of MySQL. Now first I have to give my unique ID. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of MySQL, and this is my ID. So I'm going to map this. Now I have to give the first name of my contact. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of MySQL again. And this is my first name of contact. So I'm going to map this. Similarly, I will map the last name. Now I will map my mobile number and my email address. Now I have this option of enable typecasting or not. If I want to enable typecasting, then I can open this tab and I can select true here, but I don't want to enable typecasting. So I'm going to select false here. So what typecasting is, if typecasting is enabled, it will allow you to forcefully create an option with the past values in multiple choice type fields. So that's why we have not enabled typecasting here. Now I have filled all the required details. So I'm going to click on save and send test request button. And here we can see we have received this new response. So this is a positive response, and this means that I have added these details automatically in my Airtable record. Now to check this, I'm going to take you to my Airtable account. And in my base, this is my base of MySQL data, and I'm using this table of contact details. And in this, we can see I have added this new row in my record. So my unique ID is 2, first name is new, last name is user, this is my mobile number, and this is my email address of contact. So the email address is newuser@pabblytudes.com. And these are the same details that I have added as a new row in my MySQL database. So I have used those details, and by using those details, I have added these details in my Airtable record. So whenever a new row will be added in my MySQL database with the new details, then automatically we will capture those details and we will use those details to add them in my Airtable record. So this is how I can keep a record of all the details that I'm adding in my MySQL database in Airtable. So now let's go back to Pabbly Connect. So here I have successfully created this connection between MySQL and Airtable. So let's summarize what we did here. So first I have set up my trigger, and my trigger application was MySQL, and my trigger event was new row in a table. Then I have set up my actions tab, and my action application was Airtable, and my action event was create record. So this is how I have successfully created this workflow, and you can also create this workflow by following all the steps that I did in my workflow. And I'm also going to put the link of my workflow in the description so you can check it out from there. And thank you for watching this video. Not just these applications, you can automate and integrate a lot more applications like this using Pabbly Connect. If you need any help or if you have any doubt, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can post them at forum.pabbly.com, or if you have any issue with the pricing of Pabbly, you can connect on this link. And if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.